So moving on from last week, I hope you all enjoyed the blog. I've had quite a good bit of feedback from everyone, so that's quite positive in that sense. So I just moved on to Crawley Town, and it was one hell of an experience. We went to Portugal for pre-season, and beautiful sunshine, pitch was pristine, lovely conditions to play football. So I've gone to get the ball off the keeper, I've dropped into midfield, I've called for the ball off Scott Shearer. Steve Evans didn't really like that. He wanted me to sort of get up the pitch, he wanted the ball to be played long, and he wanted a hustle and bustle kind of game against these Portuguese that we were playing. And they were a good side, they were letting us play. We couldn't really get too close to them at some points in the game because they were very technically gifted. And little did I know that after the game it would have been a problem, the fact that I'd gone to get the ball off the keeper. So Steve made it quite clear to me that that's not what he wanted. Bearing in mind this was my first ever game for Crawley Town. I'd only been there a week or so. So after the game he's in my face and he's screaming and shouting at me, and little bits of spit were going in my eyes, and I was thinking, I've got to tolerate this, I've just got to put up with it, be mature and just get on with it. And I found it really difficult. The first time that it happened I thought, oh, it's just an accident. The second time he was almost nose to nose. And yeah, the third time that it happened, I just thought to myself, I can't handle this. So I got up and I walked down the end of the pitch. And down the end of the pitch was the team that played in the first half. We played 45 minutes each that game. And Dean Howe said to me, Scott, you've got to go back, you've got to go back, you can't walk away. And I said, listen, I'm not going to sit there and have someone spit in my face and talk to me like that, regardless of who he is. So yeah, that evening I went down to have dinner. And I was quite bluntly told by Paul Rayner that I wasn't allowed to eat, so I was sent back to my room. So I was sat there like a sort of school child in my room. I remember ringing my parents thinking, this has gone on, like I need to tell them. I informed my agent on what had gone on. So after dinner the lads had come back to the room and they said, oh Scott, the gaffer and Paul would like to see you. So I've gone down there, and I've been told by them that they want me in the gym at 6:30 the following morning. So I've gone down to the gym, met Mark Steen down there, and he's put me on the treadmill on the highest level I could possible, sprinting, which was physically impossible. It couldn't have been done. So the next thing he asked me to do was go on the cross trainer on the highest level yet again. I'd gone to have a sip out of my bottle of water and Steve Evans has grabbed it and thrown it across the gym. So I thought, okay, I'm getting treated like a child here. So the next thing that happened was that he told me I had to ring my agent and tell him that I'd been released from the club, that I was never playing for the club ever again, and that I'd sort of broken the sort of misconduct rules and it was a sackable offence. So I rang my agent and he said it's all a load of old tosh. But yeah, that was the reason why I didn't play for the first 3 months at Crawley Town. I was made to train with the youth team, so it was a very difficult time for me. I was then sent on loan before I got called back and we played against Southend. Steve pulled me on his office and said that, listen, I need you to play, son. And from then on in, I played every game pretty much. So yeah, it was a difficult one, but all for me trying to receive the ball off the goalkeeper, and then him reacting in a way where he was filling my eyes with saliva. So it was a tricky time. He'd obviously left at the end of that season. Just before he left, Scott Nielsen decided to do a little dance in front of everyone that went viral, which was quite funny to watch. If you haven't seen it, go on YouTube. It's called The Fat Man's Gone. So we're going to do the twist. If you type in that, you'll come across it. But yeah, it's well worth a watch. But that was the beginning of my start at Crawley Town, and why it started so slowly, really. So tune in for next week, and I'll see you all then. Thank you.